Whenever I think about marriage, an image of Grandmother Blackwell sitting at the kitchen table, sipping her cup of tea, comes to mind. Now, girls, gather round, sit down, let's have a bit of tea. Anna, you sit next to me and pour. Marion, please pass out the cups. Emily, there's plenty of room next to Elizabeth. Sarah, I have saved a small chair just for you. Oh, how pleasant it is to have all 5 of you here together. Now, young ladies, I want to give each of you some important advice. Listen carefully. I expect each of you to be suspicious of male flattery. When a young man takes your hand and says, "My dear, you are so beautiful. You are such a gracious young lady. I am so charmed. Beware! Let me warn you, once a man marries a woman, all that sweet talk ceases. And what becomes of the poor girl, only just a bride? Too soon she realizes what a dreadful master marriage is. But by then, it is too late." I think that Grandmother Blackwell had a profound effect on all the Blackwell sisters. I made up my mind. I will not marry. And it was the same for all the Blackwell sisters, for none of us married. Not a one of us. So, now I would need an engrossing pursuit for my life's work. I began to think of medicine more seriously now, though I didn't always find it such an attractive profession. In fact, sometimes I found it quite repugnant. Mary Donaldson helped me reach my decision, Anna. Do you remember her? Mother's friend. She lived near us in Cincinnati. I went to visit her when she was so ill. Oh, how she suffered, trying so hard to hide her pain. Obviously near death, dying from some woman's disease. As I approached the bed, Mary grabbed my arm. "Elizabeth, you know how difficult it is for me to speak openly and frankly with my doctor about my illness. If only I had been treated by a woman, I am certain that my worst sufferings might have been spared. Why don't you study medicine, Elizabeth? You are intelligent. You like to learn. Dr. Blackwell, how does that sound? Oh, child, you could make such a difference. To become a physician, a profession for men, there would be so many obstacles. Does she really intend to study medicine? Normal women don't wish to become doctors. Will she care for male patients too? It is not a profession for women. Women don't belong in medicine. Of course, I didn't agree with their beliefs. Certainly medicine was a laudable profession, and certainly women were capable enough. Perhaps some of the local doctors could give me some advice. I asked a few. "Well, Miss Blackwell, women are just not suited for the profession. The schooling is too long and arduous. The hours are tedious. No, I do not believe women belong in medicine." Another physician was a bit more courteous. "Well, Elizabeth, even if this is a good idea, and I'm not saying that it is, getting into medical school will simply not be possible. Even my friend, Harriet Beecher Stowe, was reluctant. No, Elizabeth, I'd never advise you to go to medical school. But if you did go, I'm sure it could be valuable." So I determined if it was such a good idea and so valuable, then certainly it was a goal worth pursuing. Being a woman should make no difference. To become a physician became a moral battle for me, battle worth fighting. I liked the idea. Gave me energy. Yet I had little notion of how to go about getting into medical school. Dr. Dunglinson, a prominent physician, had written a book to help students prepare for medical school. The book began, The education of the youth intended for the medical profession should be essentially that. Adapted, of course, for the well-educated gentleman. Well-educated gentleman? Now, I presume that will be my first obstacle. I began studying on my own and with physician tutors. I made progress. I contacted Emma Willard. She was the champion of women's education. Could she help me? Elizabeth, I suggest you visit Dr. Warrington. He is a prominent Quaker physician in Philadelphia. I am certain that he will assist you. Oh, Dr. Warrington. Dr. Warrington. I have to wear my sun hat. And I need my letters. What else? Oh, that's it. Oh, I hope you will help me. Good day, Dr. Warrington. I'm Elizabeth Blackwell. Emma Willard suggested that I come to speak to you. I want to attend medical school, and I need your help. Dr. Warrington was a religious man. Well, Miss Blackwell, if it is God's will, you will go to medical school. Well, sir, with all due respect, so far I've applied to 17 different medical schools, and each week I receive another letter of rejection. Oh, this one is from the College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York. Now, this one turns me down at the Medical College at Yale. These letters turn me down at the Boston schools. Bowdoin in Maine sent another, as did Jefferson. Oh, indeed, I was turned down by all the medical schools in Philadelphia as well. Well, of course, I'm discouraged. What? Do you really think it might be possible? Well, thank you, Dr. Warrington. I will take your advice and apply to the small rural college, Geneva Medical School. Perhaps they will accept me. Do you think they might be willing to be the first medical school to admit a woman?